Anyway, onto Shifnal. They're top of their table. They score quite a lot. They've scored 3 in all their games, minus the Notts County game in the last round. But they also concede. Not a lot, but they have kept 1 clean sheet all season. Is that something that you guys are looking to explain? I mean, we know the potency of our attack. We're coming off a 15-0 win.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the best. I mean, I might be speaking out of turn here. They may know stuff about us. They may have done the research, because it's out there, isn't it? It's out there. You can watch it. You can see it. I appreciate only snippets, but you can see it. But I imagine both teams are with limited knowledge about each other, which for both teams is dangerous. Seeing that they're top of their league, they remind me of potentially us 18 months ago. However, we're in great goal scoring form. Like really, really good goal scoring form. We've scored more than 5 on every single occasion we've played other than 1. Which is Chesterfield. So it's got all the makings to be a great game, hasn't it? It's got all the makings to be a great game. They will fancy their chances. We will fancy our chances. They naturally have comfort the fact that they're at home, and we'll have had a relatively long travel. But then on the other end, we are in the higher league. So both teams got a really good opportunity to progress to the second round. That's what I'd say.
You touched on it a bit in there, but is there any fear of the unknown for you
guys? No, it's not fear. It's not fear. I always like to have a little bit of information, whether that's through my own personal experience or players played against them or for them or whatever that would be. I like to have a little bit of know-how around what to expect. But on the other end, it's a great test. It's a great test for the players. It's a great test for Callum and I during those 90 minutes to ensure that we can work out what they're about and how we can nullify their strengths and how we can hurt them. So no, it's not fear. If anything, we're really, really excited. We're really, really excited to go and play what is a brilliant game for us, and an opportunity to go and get into the second round proper, which is a phenomenal achievement.
So this is the first round proper. It's another landmark for you and Callum as managing duo. How excited are you guys for this game, and have you two, as yourselves, been fighting off any nerves for the big occasion of the first round proper FA Cup?
No, this is why we do it. For these big occasions, the last few years, whilst you could maybe argue that week by week as such, the opposition haven't been at a standard, if you class in the last couple of years, haven't been at a standard to be able to maybe stop us as such. We've had some pretty big games. Chesterfield in the first ever game we played in was a really tight game. The cup final, the knockout games leading up to the cup final. Obviously, you being there at Peterborough, seeing that. The Mansfield game, Chesterfield this time. The 2 games that we've played in the FA Cup, Millmore we didn't know anything about. Oadby we knew were okay and would potentially cause us problems if we weren't 100% at it. So this is why we've said it every single week. This is why we are doing what we do as players, from a playing perspective, from coaching. This is why we're together as a group for these big occasions, for these big matches, to try and push ourselves as far as we can go. I would love to be able to go and make it the second round proper. I'd absolutely love to. We're used to playing big matches, and I say that to a degree in the fact that we've had the mindset for the last year that we couldn't lose. We could not lose a match every week, because regardless of who we was playing, we had to win, because Chesterfield was on our tails in the year where COVID curtailed the season in March.
And when you look at this run, I'm gonna look back at Sunday as well. You had Katie Davison hat trick, and you did say in the post match that like she does a lot for the club leadership. And are there any players like that you're looking to help fuel the team during the FA Cup run?
It's going to sound cliche. Every single one of them needs to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them needs to contribute. KTD as a leader, Steph and Chloe Brock-Taylor as leaders, and they all have different attributes, don't they? So you might look at those three and go, "Oh, they're more vocal than other people." But then you look at the top end of the pitch and look at Lauren Churcher and Abby Morell, and go, "Well, they lead by example in performance." And that's not me saying that Katie, Steph, and Chloe and Heather. Well, Heather is more like Abby and Lauren. But that's not saying that they don't lead by performance, but there's just different types of leadership skills that you get out of people. Those three players I mentioned that are vocal are very good players. The others don't lead vocally, they lead by performance. We've got more performance-based leaders than we have vocal leaders. Demi's within the vocal group, but every single one of them has a role to play. Whether they play, whether they're on the bench, whether they're injured, every single player has a role to play. I expect all the players to travel, or we'll take a full squad on Sunday, and regardless of who plays or who doesn't play, I know the togetherness that we've got, we'll see.
And it's a bit of an elephant in the room. This is what it was referred to me by a couple of people at the stadium on Sunday. If say you do go through, obviously this is hoping that Sunday goes well. Are you guys hoping for a potential Lincoln derby if they go through as well?
We'll play anyone, Lufa. We'll play anyone.
Okay.
Whether that's Lincoln, Lincoln City and Lincoln United will play each other at some point this season, whether it's FA Cup or County Cup. If one of us has an absolute shocker in the County Cup, then that will put end to that. But we will play each other at some point this season. In the County Cup is my is where I suspect it will probably happen. But you never know. I think the FA Cup's still regionalised up until round 3, and I don't know what regionalised means because we're in Shropshire Sunday. But we if we both go through, we could draw each other. That'd be a great occasion for women's football in Lincoln. Whether it's at Lincoln United, whether it's at Lincoln Moorlands, that'd be a great occasion. I have no doubt you could probably get a couple of hundred people through to watch that against what would be Lincoln City doing very, very well in their league. We're doing well in our league, albeit we've only played 3. But in terms of if you had the cup in there, so we're in great form. They're in great form. It'd be a great occasion for women's football in Lincoln if we met in the next round.
We had the one injury on the weekend to Kirsty Richardson. Are there any more? And what's the update with her?
Same position as we was in last week, really. Aside from obviously Kirsty, so Katie, Tracy, and Amy still all unavailable. Kirsty is a really difficult one to take. Really did a knee at training, and it was just a bit of a twist, I think, and maybe a bit of a stretched lateral ligament on the outside of a knee. Was away for a month. Didn't do anything for a month throughout the whole of October, and felt good. Was passed okay. I've seen it back on the highlights. It's I've suffered it myself. It looks very similar to it. We think right now it's a meniscus tear. That's what's been diagnosed. But it's as her foot lands from the kicking of the ball, it's her weight seems to go over the top of the joint and hyperextend the back of the knee. That seems to be where the issue is. We have no timelines. It will depend on how bad the tear is. But initial reaction from the first scan, they've not gone into any huge details. But yeah, it looks like a meniscus tear. Hopefully there'll be no ligament damage alongside that, but it'll be a lengthy process, I imagine. Other than that, we're all fully fit. We're all fully fit.
So who's expected to be in goal on the weekend then?
Yeah, no, that was my question on Sunday, and I stood there. I turned around to Callum and said,
Rosie's away, isn't she?
Well, yeah, but Rosie's been an absolute diamond, and her flight gets back into Birmingham 10 a.m. Sunday morning. ironic. It's 40 minutes from Shifnal, so Rosie will, I hope, be in goal on Sunday.
Okay. Jesus.
Touch wood. Yeah, touch wood for a non-delayed flight, and keep your fingers crossed and everything crossed for no more keeper injuries, because we literally cannot afford for it to happen. We just can't afford for it to happen. So